Hey, what's up, everybody out there? This is the Foul Mounts Network, and this is our NFL show, 4th and Long, live. I got the Filthy Mouth Gamer in the house with me tonight, and I also got James from That Ass Podcast here with us. We're going to be breaking down every game today, giving you our picks, talking some fantasy football, touching on all kinds of things NFL, here on the Foul Mounts Network.
I am ready to go.
Yeah, man, here we go. The official start of the NFL season. We had the Thursday night game, which we're going to touch on first here. The Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs.
I don't know about you guys. I woke up this morning with a fucking raging hard-on.
Yeah, man.
NFL football season, baby.
NFL is back, baby.
It's a barbecue ribs, chicken wings, blue
baby.
cheese, and fucking football.
And
Let's
let me
go.
tell you something.
Yeah.
With that hard-on, I proceeded to just crucify my wife.
Oh, my God.
Her with that fucking thing. I was beating her over the head with this fucking 9-inch dildo.
With a 9-inch NFL dildo, guys. But what's up, everybody? Shout out to everybody out there that's joining us today for the NFL show, 4th and Long. We were talking about doing this for the longest time, and here we are, week 1 of the NFL. We got a lot of matchups to discuss this week. Not going to be too much breaking down because it's early in the season, first game of the year. But we, like I said before, we're going to give you guys our picks, 3 picks each. We have a good segment for that. Break those games down, and maybe we'll take some of your phone calls at a certain point if you guys want to call in. But today, the first thing we're going to touch on is obviously that Thursday night game with the NFL champion Patriots versus the always in there, always involved in the big games, Kansas City Chiefs, but always get injuries and just fall short like almost all the time.
Well, especially since Wilford Brimley's been their head coach. The Chiefs have been, in there.
Wilford Brimley, guy's going on Cocoon.
What's his fucking name again? That cunt. He was the fucking Eagles head coach.
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid.
Yeah, Andy Reid.
Fat fucking piece of shit.
Well, I mean, listen, he was a good coach for Philly for a long time.
Oh, he was, but I had to look at that fat, bloated fuck. What'd you say, James?
He got a raw deal in Philly as well.
He did.
Oh, no, he definitely did.
Because that team just totally quit. Everything about him just totally quit.
If you look at that game, I'm telling you right now, I wish we did this show a week prior because I would have said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to think I'm jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
I do not understand why Vegas had Kansas City as an 8-point underdog. Slap in the face.
That is a slap in the face.
Leader. It was the division winner last year.
Yeah.
And Tyreek Hill and everything that went on. Kareem Hill. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was. I know. What a fucking game.
Belichick's defense looks like melted Swiss cheese right now.
Yeah. Well, the Patriots look like they got some holes, like you said, man, this year. It's only the first game of the season, but it does show you, either Kansas City's that good, or the Patriots might be a little less than they were last year.
But you know what? They're still going to win the fucking division, these cocksuckers.
Oh, yeah, they'll win the division because you got
Cutler.
the Jets in there, which are fucking just downright horrible. For you guys out there that don't know, I'm a Jet fan, and these 2 guys are Giant fans. So, yeah. I'm also a shitty Met fan, too. So, you know how that goes.
Listen, I'm an Islanders fan with you. I deal with this shit. I deal with shit my whole life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so, that game was good. It was bouncing around. It was a good first game of the year, I got to say. Do you guys agree with that? It was a good game?
If you look around and see how that game started, Patriots go down the field within 9 plays and 73 yards. And it's like, okay, here we go. Here are the Patriots.
Yep.
Kareem Hill touches the football for the first time. Kareem Hunt, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt touches the football and immediately fumbles.
Yeah.
Raw rookie in the NFL immediately fumbles, and it's like, oh, shit.
Well, you know what? When that happened,
he never fumbled in college. Not
But
once.
this is what I thought. Kareem Hill is lucky that Tom Coughlin wasn't his head coach, because then he would never got the ball ever again. Because that's one problem I had with Tom Coughlin, is that when David Wilson, when his first year, he fumbled on his first play. It was the second play, I forget what it was. And then he never saw the ball again. I was like, hold on a second. You got to let him fucking, get that off his chest.
He's crying on the sidelines too.
Right. Listen, I love Tom Coughlin, but that's one thing I always disagreed with him with. If the young player fucks up, let him get it back. You know what I mean? Let him.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the Chiefs did. They gave Hunt the football immediately, and then look what happened.
Exactly. Well, you see, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to let him get his feet under him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
As soon as the Patriots didn't take advantage of that fumble, they go for it on 4th and 1. Eric Berry, who's now going to be out because of an Achilles injury.
Yeah.
Eric Berry stuffed the line. They stopped him on 4th and inches. That was one of the first times they stopped him on 4th down. And Chiefs get the football. And Alex Smith proceeded to play the best game I've ever seen him play in his entire life.
Credit goes to him, man. He looked, he had a hell of a game, man.
Now, this is a dumb question, right? But I've always been hooked, caught up on this my whole life. Kansas City. That's in Kansas?
Missouri.
Yeah.
No, well, there is a Kansas City, Missouri, but I think there's a Kansas City, Kansas, too. I thought that Kansas City, like the Chiefs, were a Missouri team. But then somebody told me they were Kansas.
I always thought it was Missouri.
Right,
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Well,
Yeah.
Listen, then I'm not the only jerk-off. We have now 3 jerk-offs. I've brought you down to my jerk-off level, just like that. Because like I said, I feel like what you feel. Like Kansas City, I always thought Missouri, but motherfuckers are telling me it's Kansas. So
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's very weird.
That's how much I give a fuck about the Chiefs.
I know, but we're East Coast guys,
Right.
who fuck cares about the Chiefs?
Right, exactly.
No, I'm just kidding. But we move on from that game into what is really the official opening of the NFL season, the first Sunday, and got a lot of good matchups this first week. People get their footing, in the season. I don't know. What do you guys want to touch on first? The Jets and the Bills?
I think the Jets are winning that game by default. The Bills are rebuilding right now. Tyrod Taylor's questionable to play.
Yeah.
They lost Stephon Gilmore to the Patriots. So that was their best corner.
I mean, you know what? I agree with you, but with all that said, this is the fucking Jets, and they have dumped all their veterans are gone, and it's just a team set up to basically fail this season so they can fire the coach.
Look for the quarterback.
Yeah, get a good draft pick, and we all see what they're doing with how they're setting that team up to fail right here in New York. I mean, even if you don't live in New York, I'm sure that anyone who's an NFL fan knows that team is set up to fail right now. I mean, it's dismal how bad they really are. No quarterbacks, no wide receivers.
I think with the Jets, and this has been the problem with them for a long time, it all starts with the owner. I think Woody Johnson doesn't really give a flying fuck.
He wants to be an ambassador in England. That's all he fucking cares about.
He's too worried about that.
But he also just gives a fuck about selling tickets. Because if you remember, when the Giants won their 2 Super Bowls, right after each Super Bowl, like after the first Super Bowl, he signed Brett Favre. He wanted to take the headlines away from the Giants and sign a big sign. And then the second Giants Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's always gone out and grabbed big names.
He signed Tim Tebow after the second one. Yeah. So he's not necessarily interested in like building a fucking team to last. He just wants I just want to sell the tickets and have.
But you know what? In his defense, when what's his name was the coach, Mr. Foot Fungus over there.
Oh, fucking
Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan.
When Ryan was coach, they went for it that first 2-3 years that he was there. They went for it. They signed Plexico Boris.
Yeah, I agree.
They did.
They opened up the purse, man. They did.
And they went to 2 AFC championship games.
Yeah, and they did. And you know something? That was one of the first times that they ever said, you know what? We're in a position to open this up right now. Let's fucking go for it. They don't normally do that. And you're right. It starts with management.
Right. I said it from day one, and I'll still say it today. I've always liked Rex Ryan. I just don't think he makes a good head coach, but I think he makes a dynamite defensive coordinator.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. That's what his father was.
If he's just concentrating on that defense, the guy's golden. Yeah.
Well, that's like, if you've ever noticed.
Eliminate all the other bullshit.
Normally, defensive guys don't make great head coaches. It's very rare. Like, obviously, Belichick, he makes a great head coach. But I don't know why that I don't know why that doesn't translate. It's usually an offensive coach that makes good head coaches.
You know who's a great coach?
Who?
Mangini. And let me tell you, no, I'm just kidding.
Mangenius? He was Mangenius for that 1 year.
Guy fucking went on The Sopranos, and that was it. He was fired a month
later. Wait, wasn't he the guy that
ratted Bill Belichick
yes,
Yes, of course. That was that whole.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he
Because
was.
he warned Bill Belichick, don't take my defensive signals. I know what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take my defensive. What did he do?
He went and did
Taped
it.
them, and Jay Glazer, the Glazer's Edge, Mr. Subway himself,
Yep.
got him.
Yeah. Well,
And we ratted out to the NFL, and to this day, we don't know what was on those other tapes because there was apparent evidence of them taping the Rams walkthrough, the Carolina Panthers, shit like that. And to Paul Tagliabue, the old NFL commissioner, burned the tapes.
yep.
I miss
Oh, yeah.
Paul Tagliabue. I hate.
He burnt a lot of tapes. That dude.
I hate Roger Goodell. I
He's a
hate
piece of
him.
shit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, who gives a fuck who the commissioner is?
But
you know?
he makes changes that don't need to be made. Like, all right, there's one thing that I always looked forward to, like how every Super Bowl had its own interesting logo. You know what I mean? Like when it's in the Rose Bowl, it had a rose. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It's
you know?
awesome.
And now every year it's the same fucking thing. It's like, why?
Yeah, it's
did
like a
you
little
do
bit
that?
different. It's
Well,
like just a tad bit different.
I fucking hate that. It's,
All right, listen, we move on to the next game. We got the Jaguars and the Texans.
Oh,
I mean, it's gonna be an emotional fucking game, man. In
Yeah.
Houston, holy
Yeah,
shit,
man, big time.
Houston went through. I think Houston's doing a disservice. You should be, if you trade up to get Deshaun Watson should be starting this game.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're right about that.
Fuck Tom Savage. It's a goddamn disgrace, but I think it's just a matter of time.
That's a no-brainer.
I don't think Tom Savage can screw this game up. The Jacksonville Jaguars. I know Tom Coughlin's in the front office now, and they're gonna try to build this. But Blake Bortles is not a quarterback. I'm sorry.
No, he's not, man. He's like good for a
And Leonard Fournette wants to talk about how the NFL's easy because he started mouthing off after a preseason game how it's easy. He gonna find out when they lay in that wood.
Oh yeah.
Watching that wood and getting in that ass, you're gonna find out real quick how easy it really is.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I see the Texans are going to be up for this game, like you said, and we got like a bunch of different things going on in this game. I think the spread is 3 points on this game for the Texans. I might be wrong, though.
What? You mean they're giving 3 points?
Yeah, they're giving 3 points to Texans, and I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I mean, listen, I'm rooting for the Texans.
It was 6 at one point, and then I think it may have gone down.
Oh, okay. So it might still be. I see the Texans definitely, taking that game. I think what's his name's gonna have a big game. They're running back. What's his name? It's still Foster, right?
No, he's gone.
Oh yeah, he's on.
No, he's gone. Who's their running back again?
It's a new guy. Is it Ball? Oh no,
Oh.
it's not him, is it?
And now you see how much we give a flying fuck about Houston. We talk all this shit.
Yeah,
like, oh, it's emotional. We're rooting for them, but we don't know a single fucking.
My friend drafted their running back.
Brock Osweiler, which was their quarterback.
Yeah.
They just dumped out of nowhere.
Why?
And they put a lot of money into it. Well,
Yeah.
See, that's the thing with the NFL. They can sign somebody to a contract. That doesn't mean they're getting paid all that fucking money. They can just cut them, and that's it. It's over.
That's why they want the guaranteed money up front.
Right.
They want more guaranteed money.
Well, I mean, listen.
They got Lamar Miller.
Lamar Miller, a former fucking Miami Dolphin.
Awesome.
He's decent. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Lamar Miller, Alfred Blue, and Tyler
Alfred
Irving.
Blue, that's the fucking guy I was trying to fucking think about.
A lot of people, I'm a Jet fan, so I hear it all the time. I'm like, hey, we're the worst team in the league. And you hear, no, you got the Browns. The Browns are playing the Steelers today, 1 o'clock.
The Browns, who are, to me, the dumbest team in football.
They have made some bad moves, man.
To have the 1st and 8th pick of the draft, and you don't draft a quarterback. What the hell is the matter with you? Deshaun Watson, who beat up and sliced up Nick Saban's defense not once but twice and won a national championship in Clemson, and you don't find a way to get that guy on your team.
Yeah.
Well, that goes back to it's another front office that's just fucking horrible. And think if you were a Cleveland Browns fan. Think of that this. When Art Modell moved them from Cleveland to fucking Baltimore. Almost overnight, Baltimore won a fucking championship, right? Now they've won a second championship, right? Cleveland gets a fucking expansion team and has been stuck with dog shit.
Yeah, ever since.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Since that fucking the first day.
Yeah, you're right. They gave them an expansion team for those of you who don't remember, the younger guys. This is not the same Cleveland Browns.
No.
Basically, the real Cleveland Browns that Jim, what's his name, played on? Jim
Brown.
Jim Brown played on is
And
the Baltimore Ravens.
Put together.
Right.
That's the Baltimore Ravens is the original Browns team. And this is an expansion team that never got off the fucking ground running. Still hasn't.
Nope.
Makes bad move after move.
Yeah.
You know, like you said too, James. Bad move after bad move.
Terrible.
You don't pick a fucking quarterback. When you have 2 picks in the first top 10, it's just
Well,
mind-boggling.
then again, the one move I thought was good at the time, and I was like, holy shit, it's going to change that team, that actually turned out to shit, was Trent Richardson. I thought Trent Richardson was going to be ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, I thought he was going to be a
and
beast,
he
yeah.
turned to dog shit.
What the fuck happened to him?
He was a
Is
buck.
it going to
He
Cleveland,
got traded to
or
Colts.
is it...
He got traded to the Colts.
Yeah, I remember that was a big trade.
And then he was shit there.
Yeah.
Does he even exist anymore?
No, he doesn't. Trent Richardson was benefited from the Hogs in Alabama.
What a fall from grace.
South runner, can't run laterally, can't catch balls out the backfield. If he's not running straight into tacklers and abusing them, he's useless.
James,
You
that
can't
first
do
year,
it
though, man,
well.
the first 2 years of his career was fucking... He's making a mark for himself, but it just went...
It sounded like you were describing Brandon Jacobs, because that's exactly what Brandon Jacobs was.
That's exactly what he was, too.
Yeah. All right, so we got the Cardinals and the Lions today at 1 o'clock also. A lot of good games going on, man. I like these guys.
Underdogs, too.
Yeah, yep, another home underdog. You're right. That seems to be the trend in this week's schedule.
I think David Johnson is fucking for real. I think he's a real
I think he is
fucking
too.
deal, dude.
I think he is too, man. He's got something about him. Like you could tell he's no mama's boy. He could play the game, you know.
The Lions just gave Matthew Stafford $92 million.
How much was guaranteed, do we know?
That's money.
Guaranteed is at least 50. No, 60 some odd guaranteed.
That is money.
Highest paid player in the league.
God,
and
man.
You know who's laughing right now? Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Because he's going to go, you better give me mine.
Right.
You know he is, man, because he's gonna cash in.
Kurt Third Cousins is laughing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep franchising me, Washington. Keep franchising me.
Serious. Yeah. So I mean, the Lions look good this year. I think
They do have some injuries on defense, but
they do. But their offense, as usual, looks pretty fucking good. You know.
they have some weapons there.
Yeah, they always put out some. They always have weapons on offense. You know, I feel like that team throughout the last decade, they always put up a decent offense.
Always still have Larry Fitzgerald, most consistent receiver in the league.
Yeah.
Awesome guy. I met him in person.
I mean, that dude became a Hall of Fame, wide receiver who stayed on the same team and just fucking. Was he? He's been in 1 or 2 Super Bowls. 1 Super Bowl, right?
1. And against the Steelers in Super Bowl 4.
And he could have, I mean, listen, the guy in my eyes is a champion. He's a fucking hell of a player. He's a prolific, all-star, whatever the fuck you call it.
It's a fucking all-pro.
Yeah, all-pro player. He's there every year. You know what I mean? He's like one of the biggest marketed guys in the NFL. And he's fucking good still. And he's old, but he's good, He hasn't really. He's let up a step or two. Do you agree with me on that? But he's still fucking good.
Obviously he has the best hands in the league.
Yeah, I mean when he had some good quarterbacks throwing the ball to him, he's fucking made some unbelievable catches, as everybody knows. And their quarterback right now is Jake Plummer, right? Ex-Bengal.
Carson Palmer.
Oh, Palmer, that's who it is. Yeah.
Wow, Jake the Snake. I haven't heard that fucking.
I forget about that name.
What a disaster that guy was.
Right. Jake the Snake.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
The only thing that guy did well, and it didn't really have a lot to do with him, it had a lot to do with the defense, is when they shocked the Patriots in that playoff game.
Right.
Denver.
Yeah.
I always thought he looked like he was related to Jason Sehorn. Like they looked a lot alike.
Jason Sehorn? Yeah.
That fucking guy?
I remember him.
We got the Dolphins and Broncos.
Dolphins, you mean in the Buccaneers?
Yeah, Dolphins.
Hey, I'm going to go out on a limb on this game. You ready?
Postponed. It's postponed.
Well, I was just going on a limb and say neither one of them are going to lose this week.
Yeah, neither one of them are going to lose.
Do you think it's fair that
they both get a bye week now?
Yeah, but do you think that's fair?
They both had a bye week the same week.
Right, but
originally.
what I'm saying is,
so it worked out for them.
They should have had to play it somewhere else because giving a bye week in week 1 is going to fuck both those teams.
You think so?
They're going to be tired as fuck going into the fucking playoffs. So they get into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I could see where you're coming from with that, but I could also see them getting rest and then starting off a little bit.
See, we don't
fresher,
realize that how beat up these guys get.
Yeah.
Every fucking week.
I would think a week off is good for anybody in the NFL, right?
Well, but this is in the beginning. They don't need it yet.
This is like a fucking off season off still.
Yeah.
What would you, if you played for either one of these teams, you were single, would you be slinging dick this week, or you'd be watching foot?
I'd be out fucking all night long.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Those Tampa strip clubs every single night.
I'd be like, we gotta buy week 1. Oh, you want to sit on my face? That's
Dude,
cool.
I'd want to bend over one of those Tampa strippers and have like a piece of palm tree just slap right in the
Hey,
fucking
listen,
face.
I'm gonna
from
fuck
the
you
storm.
right in the eye of the hurricane. I'm gonna fuck you right in the eye of the hurricane right now. Get
Here
the
you
fuck.
go.
Have you seen some of these cheerleaders?
Oh my god, yeah. My roommate would be like, "Yo, where you going, man?" I'd be like, "I'm going to a strip club. It's a fucking Category 4 fucking hurricane outside. Give a fuck. Okay, I'm going down there. I'm gonna bang one of them in the eye, right in the eye.
Give him a skull fuck.
Right in the brown eye." No, all right. So we're getting way off track here.
Dude, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do. All right, so we're gonna head up to the next set of games here. A lot of good matchups, like I said, and we got the Falcons and the Bears today at 1:00
In Chicago.
in Chi-Town.
It's another one of those situations where the Bears are just waiting for Mitchell Trubisky, another move that I don't understand why they didn't draft Deshaun Watson when they had the chance.
Yeah.
I don't understand that either. Right now, it's going to be Mike Glennon. Good luck with that against this Falcon team. The Falcons who are victims of the biggest choke in the history of sports.
I mean, God Almighty, the first overtime Super Bowl.
Isn't it amazing what can happen when you run the football? Did you see what Kansas City did?
Yep.
Did you see how easily that was?
Just
how
run it.
the Falcons ran the football 9 times in the Super Bowl in the second half is beyond.
That's because they put it all on their quarterback, thinking he was going to just, take
The game
it all
was
home.
over.
Yeah.
You're 23 leads over. What are you doing?
I can't believe
look
they blew that fucking
And a
lead.
lot of people are really underestimating, back to the Patriot game a little bit, how devastating the Julian Edelman injury is.
Oh
shit,
God, yeah, dude. That's an element right there, man.
What a slot receiver is, and a lot of people don't know this, a slot receiver is the receiver that plays inside the hash marks and goes in the middle and takes all the abuse by the linebackers.
Right.
And that's what Julian Edelman did and never dropped the football. What happened when Damian Amendola was in that spot? He got hit by Justin Houston and concussed and out of the game.
Well, Damian Amendola is just a fucking vagina, dude.
He's peanut brittle.
Yeah, you look at him wrong and he gets hurt.
Exactly.
The cocksucker has what? Does he have 2 rings now, that piece of shit?
Yeah, it does. And they got Brandon Cooks. They made a big trade with New
I
Orleans, and
forgot
everybody's
about that.
jerking off and going crazy. Tom Brady's got to work with these guys. I mean, that's all there is to it.
How many times do you think Tom Brady is gonna get a strap-on cock shoved in his asshole by his wife this week?
About
What's your
14
over and under?
times during week 1. He goes hard during week 1 to work out the kinks and
Dude,
so you get back in the form.
He's got so much money. You think when what the fuck, Uggs came to him and said, "Hey, you want to do a commercial for Uggs?" I'd be like, "Dude, I'm gonna look like a fairy. I already look like a fairy. Everybody calls me a fairy. Now I want to really look like a fairy and do Uggs."
Wrong.
Right.
Listen, I think the Falcons, me personally, they're still a good team, even though.
Yeah.
But I think that hurt them as a franchise to lose that game the way they did.
Fucking A,
Never
dude.
live it down.
I think it
Until they win one.
overall scarred that franchise. Like it took a wound, like a fucking bad
Right.
cut to the ribs in battle, and it's got the scars now. Like that franchise has got the scars now, man. You know, I put them with other franchises that have had heart fucking breaking losses, and because that one, to me, is the most biggest heartbreaking loss you can ever suffer.
Right.
To be up that big in a fucking Super Bowl against a team like that and to let it all slip away.
But not only that, they let it slip away, but they had it won. They could have kicked the fucking
Oh yeah,
field
they had
goal.
it won. They made bad
Because
moves.
just ran the football.
And they played horribly.
Right after Julio Jones makes the catch.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they made bad moves and they played those last 2 quarters horribly.
Right.
Like fucking just how do you go from night to day like that is just beyond me. But listen,
And they really did a disservice to their defense. Their
They
defense
did.
was on the field for 96
you're right.
plays.
And they did that defense deserved the Super Bowl win that day.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, honestly. But I mean, what are you going to do? This is why they play the games, and this is the first Super Bowl ever went to the overtime. But I think the Falcons ride that momentum, even with that bad loss and what we all said. I think they ride that momentum to a pretty good, record this season overall. I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll go deep into the playoffs. I don't see them going to another Super Bowl, but I think they'll be, a contender. So, I mean, we move on to this next game. We got the Raiders and the Titans, and we all know who's winning that game.
The Raiders.
We got the Raiders and the Titans. Who's winning that game? Today at 1 o'clock.
Tennessee is a lot better than people think they are. And this game, I actually love I'm a Giant fan at heart, but I've always had this soft spot for the Raiders because one of my best friends is a big-time Raider fan.
Dude, ever since I had that Raiders starter jacket in 1991, 92, I've been a Raiders fan, secretly.
Yeah.
Love them.
Look how many posers were around that back then.
Everybody
Raiders
wore Raiders
jackets
shit. Everybody.
And that was what? Based on NWA, right?
Thanks for calling me a poser.
I was a poser with you.
But that jacket was hot, man. I loved it.
It was sick.
But they also had a nice black New York Giants starter back then, too, with the hoodie. They had a jet one.
Right.
I mean, all of them really looked good, but the
Right.
Raiders had something about it, and NWA wore the Raiders shit a lot.
That's what made that
That's
shit
what made
come up,
all of us as kids, like, fucking just jump on that. But I do love the franchise, man.
No, yeah,
You know?
I agree.
And the franchise has been a prolific franchise, and now to think that they're going to be playing in, their third home now as an NFL franchise?
Is it this year or next year?
Next year, I
Yeah.
think.
Next year. Sure.
They're going to be in Las Vegas. And that is just mind-boggling to me that this team will be in Las Vegas eventually. Their third home in like 30 years, not even.
Yeah, because they were what? They were L.A., then Oakland, and
Then
actually they were
Oakland again.
Oakland first, right?
Yeah, they were Oakland, then they were LA,
LA.
then they were Oakland.
And then L.A.
and then
again.
LA again, and now they're going to be Nevada. What do they call it?
Yeah, it's
Nevada?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Nevada.
Well, at least I'll get to go to a football game when I'm next time in Vegas.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Titans, Titans don't fucking wow me that much, man. I just think it's
The
team.
Houston Oilers.
I mean,
That's what I call them.
I mean, listen, when Warren Moon was on that fucking franchise, that was the team, man.
Yeah.
Warren Moon was the man. I bet you a lot of you young guys out there like, who the fuck, huh?
Earl Campbell.
Oh my God, dude, that team was fucking awesome.
Listen,
man. That was a good team.
Everybody out there, go look up the Houston Oilers versus
Yeah.
the Buffalo Bills. I forget what year it was.
Oh God, you'll
what
see
a
some shit.
You think the fucking Patriots Falcons was a fucking collapse? Go look at that fucking.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously. Next game.
Oh, and a beautiful, beautiful comeback by Frank Reich.
Yeah.
Oh God, I remember that, dude. What year was that?
He wore 2, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the year after they lost to the Giants.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's going back now, man. You got the Ravens and the Bengals.
I think Joe Mixon, the guy who punched out the girl in the diner, I believe, who's on the Bengals, the running back, is going to have a ridiculous year.
Yeah.
I don't trust Joe Flacco. He's got back issues.
Oh God, if he heard you saying that right now, he'd be like, "Why don't you trust me, bro?
Right.
I fucking won a Super Bowl. I'm a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm a top 5 quarterback, bro. Okay."
I don't know about that Mixon, but Katie Mixon, who was on Eastbound and Down.
Oh yeah, remember her? She's on a new show now, I
God,
think on
wanted to
CBS.
Fucking
You want
suck.
to plow her from behind.
Oh my God! I wanted to suck her fucking throat through her pussy, dude.
Oh my God! Like this is supposed to be a family football show.
No, it's not.
Anyway, I think the Ravens take this one away, man. Today, like, just that game's at 1 o'clock as well, and both teams look good. Don't get me wrong. The Bengals
Game, I mean,
Bengals got a good little team there. You know what I mean?
Ooh, they got weapons.
Yeah, they got weapons.
Mixon, man, I'm telling you, don't sleep on this dude.
And the Ravens,
Sports.
the Ravens. Who's their number 1 wide receiver right now in the Ravens? Is what's his name still there? Antoine Baldwin.
No, he's not.
He's
right?
gone now.
He's gone.
He's gone. Listen, I don't trust anybody who has a quarterback that's a ginger. I don't trust it. I just don't trust ginger quarterbacks. I'm
Why?
racist against ginger quarterbacks.
You got a fucking problem with ginger quarterbacks?
I do have a problem with them.
See, now you're getting all these quarterbacks sitting in here with us fucking mad now, man. Guys, calm down. He's kidding around. I'm a fucking redhead, bro.
Did they win their first playoff game
Who?
with this guy, the Bengals, last year? Am I right about that?
No, they have not. They have not won a playoff game since Boomer
Yeah, they
Esiason
still
was
have
quarterback.
not won
in
one.
Oh, they still
1989.
haven't. See,
No.
I gave him credit where
Fucking
credit
horrible,
was
man.
not due.
They had some good players on that team, some really decent,
Yeah.
really good teams.
Yeah.
Chad Ochocinco was on.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
was, I mean, that team was a fucking really good team at one point.
So
And-
T.J. Hushmanzada.
yeah.
Oh, my God, I remember that
Yeah,
guy.
he was a monster at one point.
TJ,
that guy.
who's your mama? I remember that
Yeah,
fucking guy.
he was a monster at one point.
The Ravens receiving core goes as follows. Chris Matthews, who used to be on the Ravens, who made all those catches in Super Bowl 49, he's like 6'5".
Yeah.
Chris Moore, Keenan Reynolds, Cam Worthy. no one really that flashy to talk about.
Yeah, what you
on that
just said, I
receiving
was
core.
who's that? Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that?
All right, we got the Eagles and the Redskins today at 1 o'clock.
Wait, hold on. You're wrong. It's the Eagles versus the Foreskins.
Yeah,
we will
that's their new
refer to
name.
them as the Foreskins.
That's their new name.
I already changed it, and when everybody was yelling and screaming, changed the
Yeah, but
Redskins
now
name,
people,
I already changed it.
but now people with foreskins are really upset, and they don't want them to be named that. So,
Would you prefer to still have James? You're a circumcised guy.
I'm circumcised.
What about you, Ken? You're circumcised, right?
yeah, of course.
All right, so
man.
would you
fucking third
prefer
world country beast?
Would
Come
you
on.
prefer to see if it would be like with a foreskin? I heard it's more sensitive.
I heard
with a
you bang
foreskin.
one out easily like that.
Yeah,
you got to
'cause you
protect
choose
their
the
skin.
skin. Right,
Yeah, you got
right.
to protect their skin. It kind of looks like a flute.
Looks like
a
a
little
fucking
bit.
anteater is what it looks like.
Looks like a funnel. You know what I mean?
All right.
Anyway, Redskins, Eagles. Listen, King Jong-un could come and fucking bomb this game. No one would give a fuck with these two teams, okay?
Well, I give a fuck because that's two of my haters.
Exactly.
Yeah, just kill them.
Division.
They fucking got the Eagles and the Redskins. I mean, it's like, who gives a shit game over there going on? These two guys are...
To be quite honest with you, the Eagles have a lot of weapons.
Yeah, they do, but I can't stand them.
I don't know about Carson Wentz yet. People were, calling him Pennsylvania and bowing at his feet.
Yeah.
Look what happened after they went 3-0. They got a little tape on him. They clogged the middle of the field.
And that was it.
And what happened? I mean,
Yeah.
he threw interception after interception.
Welcome to the NFL.
Dak Prescott surpassed your ass.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, you couldn't get it done against the Cowgirls. You couldn't get it done then
No.
when you had your opportunities. So I mean, and I don't trust that coach, Doug Peterson.
Yeah, I don't know about
he
him.
made a lot of questionable decisions.
Yeah, he
last
seems
year.
shady. That guy, man. He seems a little shady.
He compared Carson Wentz to Brett Favre, for God's sake.
Oh.
Yeah, come on, that's ridiculous. Brett Favre was a warrior in this league, man. I mean, you want to talk about nobody's Brett Favre. I'm sorry. Yeah. Eli Manning might be one day, but nobody else is Brett Favre.
Nah, I wouldn't even give Eli. I mean, Brett Favre is.
I'm sorry,
he's a
Eli. Listen, Eli's got 2 fucking Super Bowls.
Oh, listen, I agree. Listen,
and he has not missed a game his whole career.
Oh, if you go on Iron Man.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta. Yeah,
that's a man's man who fucking is a quarterback in that position who does not miss games. Eli is up there. I'm sorry, Eli is up there in the top fucking maybe 7 of all time quarterbacks in my eyes.
He's definitely got the numbers.
When he retires, he's gonna finish the number 1 quarterback the Giants have ever seen.
He's already here.
He's already there.
Yeah, I mean, he's also gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, I agree.
Guarantee
I
it.
agree.
All right, and when they look at him, when it's all said and done, he's going to be just as good as his brother, maybe even better.
Well, I think
number-wise, no.
he'll be looked at.
Not number-wise,
Right.
but leadership and fucking just magical, and just, he's a better...
He'll be looked at as the better big game quarterback than his brother.
Yeah, he's an all-around better quarterback, And I know we're speaking bias because we're New Yorkers, but... for everybody out there, he really truly is. I mean, go look at the guy's stats. The guy fucking beat an undefeated team.
Dude, I think he's number 7 all time in fucking yards. He's like, he's like...
And he could be I think he'll get in the top 10 this year in touchdown passes
he's
if he
top
throws
10
a certain
in
amount.
like 3 or 4 different
You know
categories.
what the detractors will say? He led the league in interceptions 3 times. You know what?
Yes, he does. Yeah.
I would take Eli Manning
Yes.
over his brother any day. How many times has Peyton Manning choked?
Yeah,
in big time
exactly.
situations. Number 1
Eli
seed,
don't choke.
Number 2 seeds,
Right.
and
No.
choked at home.
You put
Bad
Eli in a
performance.
big game, 9 times out of 10 he comes out a winner.
And listen, back to the fucking Eagles.
That dude went on the road in 07 and beat every fucking team in 07. Tampa Bay.
And then he almost did it again.
And then he beat 2 rivals on his way there in fucking Dallas and in Green Bay on the road, and then beat an undefeated team.
4-3 weather.
Yes, and became MVP
And
of
then
the
he
game.
almost did it again. If it wasn't for the first game being at home against the Falcons, the second time it would have been on the road all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? You could listen. The detractors out there, like you said, they could talk all they want. Listen, the bottom line is the guy's a fucking first ballot Hall of Famer. There's nothing anybody can say about that.
But if I was the Eagles head coach or anybody part of the Eagles organization, I would always keep my fucking mouth shut, because if you don't know, the fucking Philadelphia Eagles haven't won dick since 1960.
Yeah, it's a long time for them, man.
Fucking 60.
I love it. They won 2 Super Bowls.
Yep.
They got their ass beat by the Raiders in 1980 when Dick Vermeil was the head
that was
coach.
Nice.
56
And they went
years
and they
counting.
went to Super Bowl 39, and the Patriots slapped them around as Brian Westbrook couldn't do a damn thing in the game. Donovan McNabb's throwing up in the huddle. Terrell Owens was the only one showing life, and they lost that game and they haven't done a damn thing since.
Terrell Owens played injured that game.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. That was a big
Yeah.
game out of him.
Yeah.
He just got a big fucking mouth, but that was a big game out of him. The next game we got on the list is the Rams and the Colts today at 4:05.
Andrew Luck is out.
Luck's out. No luck for the Colts. Rams look pretty decent too. They got some weapons over there. The Rams. They look like they might be pretty decent this year. I don't expect much out of them, but
They got rid of the cancer that is Jeff Fisher. They got rid of that piece of garbage.
yeah, I mean, I like Jeff
funny.
Fisher at one point, but yeah, he got really bad in his old age, man. He's just a bad coach. He really
Who's
is.
their coach now?
It's it's like a nobody, man. It's like a new first time guy.
Well,
out
I mean,
there.
I'd rather that than, like, let's say if you fucking, like, everybody tried to rehash Marty Schottenheimer
Yeah.
over and over again.
Yeah.
And he always did the same shit. He played not to lose and never played to win. That was like Herman Edwards. Remember Herman Edwards was
You played to win the game,
Except
man.
him. He didn't play to win the game. He played
No,
not
he
to lose.
did.
I'll tell everybody you play to win the game, but then when I'm in the game, I ain't gonna play to win the
See?
game.
And Herman Edwards.
I don't want to play to win the game. You
And-
gonna play to win the
Yeah.
game. I don't play to win the game, and this New York media can suck my motherfucking dick.
And
Does that sound like him?
Herman Edwards, former Philadelphia Eagle.
Be a jet, man. You know what I'm saying? Be a jet.
Yeah.
Be
Be a
a jet.
loser.
Feel the jets inside you. Feel a jet up inside you, deep inside your body. Heart, mind, and soul. You play to win the game. And if you don't think you don't play to win the game, you fucking stupid. Herm Edwards. Memories with Herm Edwards. I remember this one time I was in the locker room with the guys, right? And damn near fucking Lewis walked by me and Jones sitting in the corner and said, Lewis, you ain't blocked today for nobody. I said, man, don't you ever fucking speak to your motherfucking teammate like that again. I'm sorry, guys. Guys, for the new fans out there that are watching us for the first time, I'm a schizophrenic. So you're going to hear me pop in and out of fucking all kinds of areas and situations. Sorry about that. Back to the game.
Sean McVay is the head coach of the Rams.
Sure, yeah, that's what I was just looking up right now. I was trying to stall.
And he's younger than me, born in '86.
Yeah, he's a young dude, right?
He's
Yeah.
distant cousin of Timothy McVeigh.
He got hired. He went into the locker room and went,
What the fuck did I just get myself into? What? And I'm a fucking NFL coach? You serious right now?
Hey, man. Well,
he's in over his head, this
How
dude,
old
bro.
is he?
He's like a fucking deer in headlights. You ever see him in a press conference, this guy? He's like a fucking deer in headlights.
How old is this guy?
He's
He's
fucking
31.
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
he's
wow.
fucking young as shit.
Before he got hired, then the youngest coach was the Giants head coach. Because he's like 38 or 39.
Yeah, he's pretty young,
Yeah,
too. Yeah. Younger than us, man. How fucking...
Yeah, that's fucking
That
bizarre,
is just
dude.
fucking really
That's fucked
bizarre,
up.
bro.
Oh,
I'm
not
sorry.
James. We're all too
That's
old.
bizarre,
cocksuckers.
bar. James, how old are you?
36.
So he's not that
So,
far.
yeah, he's not that far.
You know what I mean?
But he's still, you know what I
James, I want the Giants to hire you as their... the Jets. You go over to the Jets if they ever hired you, even though you're a Giant fan? Come on. What do you...
If I can kick out Woody Johnson on
You
his
can't
Johnson
fucking
and
kick out the
Johnson ass.
fucking owner, James. Come on. That's like the fucking GM coming in and going, listen, we really got to get rid of this owner.
mean? What if we dig up Leon Hess
And we
then
fucking-
prop him up?
Yeah, what if
onto-
we put him in a burlap bag
Yeah.
and we bring him down to fucking Giant Stadium and we dump him on a fucking... No, I'm just kidding. That's messed up,
Isn't
man.
it fucked up we still call it Giant Stadium?
I always will call it Giant Stadium,
always
man.
will call it Giant Stadium.
I
That's
grew
it.
up that
That's
way.
what it
Even though
is.
I'm a Jet fan, I still fucking call it that, you know? All right, guys, here we go. We got a list of whole nother games here. And the first game we got is the Panthers and the 49ers today at 4:25.
49ers are going to get exactly what they deserve for this league for blackballing Colin Kaepernick. They will. Carolina has a beautiful weapon, Christian McCaffrey out of Stanford. This is not your traditional running back. He is going to do what you saw the Kansas City Chiefs do with Kareem Hunt. He can split out. He can run up the middle. He can catch it out of the backfield. He can line up in the slot. He's going to do a lot of things. And Cam Newton, it's going to take a lot of pressure off of him because he doesn't have to really worry about throwing the ball down the field. He doesn't have to worry about taking it himself and doing quarterback runs and power formations. He doesn't have to worry about that. And the 49ers are going to get it up the ass, and that's what you deserve.
And this is going to
Getting
be
rid of A, Jim Harbaugh, and B, not standing behind Colin Kaepernick.
right.
So you
I
get
listen,
what you deserve.
James. I agree with you on the Colin Kaepernick shit. I took a lot of shit for doing a knuckle deep thoughts about how I was on his side with the whole shit, and Don't forget, I think Kelvin Benjamin, because wasn't he hurt last year? He got hurt.
Yeah,
He's gonna have. Kelvin Benjamin is a talented motherfucker, dude, and he's gonna. If he stays fucking healthy, I think he's gonna have a giant fucking year this year.
Absolutely, and I cannot wait. I like Carolina a lot this year. I like them to win that division.
Right.
I think they're. I think the Falcons are going to take a step back this year. The Saints will be around, but I don't trust their defense. I think Carolina's defense will come back a little bit. Luke Kuechly is one of the best linebacker in football, as far as I'm concerned. So you're going to see a lot, but Carolina's going to have a dynamic offense this year. And Christian McCaffrey, a lot of people overlook him because he's a white running back and he never got the respect that he deserved in Stanford. But he is going to show this league what it's all about.
It's funny that you mention that because that is true. Like even when you talked about Luke, like, you know, you don't get many anymore really awesome white players. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have like J.J. Watt's
Fuck
awesome.
is you talking about?
J.J. Watt's awesome. Kuechly's awesome. You know, like, but really, I gotta be honest with you. If I was a GM,
You out your motherfucking
I'd
mind.
be racist as a motherfucker. I'd be like, I don't want a white guy. Get the fuck out of here. We need some fucking.
Even the white coach is like, get this fucking white guy out of here right now. Black players are like, oh shit, they're kicking all the white dudes out. Anyway, all right. So listen, we got the next game on the docket. We got the Green Bay Packers, one of the fucking Super Bowl favorites of the year, odds on one of the odds on favorites of this year, against another fucking really good team, the Seahawks.
Green Bay and the Seahawks.
Yeah, it's a big game right there, right off the bat.
How about the history between these two teams?
Yeah, they do got a big fucking
the Hail
history.
Mary with the replacement refs that gave them the game.
You remember that shit?
The Seahawks, the game had no right winning on Monday night. The game where Aaron Rodgers didn't throw it Richard Sherman's direction. Everybody called him a chicken for not doing that.
Yep.
Then when they were up 16-0 in the NFC Championship game, how the Seahawks came back. They recovered the onside kick, went to the Super Bowl again to face the Patriots when that was Green Bay's game to win. And to me, if I was the owner, I would have fired Mike McCarthy right there. The way they lost that game was unacceptable.
That was pretty bad. It was.
I don't trust Green Bay's defense. They've never had a great defense. They give up 30 points a game. They did it last year. Aaron Rodgers always has to pull this team out of the fire. He is the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, he is. He is.
He's one of the best throwers of football I've ever seen in my entire life.
And he was sitting on that fucking bench for quite a while behind Favre, man. They wasted a couple of seasons.
Yes.
They wasted a couple of seasons of this guy's career sitting behind Favre. But I also think that when they did that, it helped him out a lot because this guy sat behind a fucking Hall of Famer.
Didn't help him out when the Giants came to fucking Lambeau and shoved it in both their fucking asses in the playoffs.
That's exactly
right.
right.
I mean, listen, you guys got that over them too.
Remember that Hail Mary to fucking Hakeem Nicks in the end zone at fucking halftime?
Right before halftime?
That
was good.
I'll never forget
like
that
right now, I got a half a chub just talking about that.
You got a giant chub. Yeah, I mean, listen, they definitely have memorable games, these two franchises between each other, but I think the Packers are a better team, though. A little bit of a better team.
Seahawks have a lot of turmoil. A lot of people don't realize they have not gotten over Super Bowl 49.
No.
And a lot of people...
They could have been back-to-back champs, man.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's a lot of... Only 4 of the teams did that. And so the Seahawks right now, there's turmoil. There's underneath turmoil. If you look at the last 2 years, Pete Carroll can never be trusted ever again in that locker room after what he did.
Hi, I'm Pete Carroll. What's going on, James? You talking about me? Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Pete Carroll, and you're listening to the Foul Mouse Network.
Wait, what the fuck is that guy eating? Because he's what?
Listen,
in
I
his
eat graham
70s?
crackers. I eat graham crackers, bro. I'm always eating graham crackers. It's a favorite thing to do of mine when I'm sitting there talking about the defense.
Is that what he's always chewing on? Because he's always chewing
I'm always
on something.
chewing on nuts, bro. Nuts. You understand me? I love nuts. I said, get the fuck over here, give me a bag of nuts before we go out for the games. Where the fuck's my Motorola helmet? Get me in there, you sons of bitches. Stupid sons of bitches. Don't make me say words with S in it, you son of a bitch.
Isn't he the oldest coach?
I'm damn near, I died last February, but they just prop me up, bring me out, and run the fucking defense.
Pete Carroll.
Weekend at Petey's.
Weekend at Petey's. They prop him up and they're like, all right, we got the Giants and the Cowboys, guys. Today at 8:30, the primetime game tonight.
Odell's questionable.
Listen, this is a rival among rivals right here.
Oh yeah.
This is a rivalry that you don't really understand unless you're from either Dallas or New York and
the
you're a
funny
Giant
thing
fan.
is, even if this is the thing about the Cowboys, obviously the Giants, the Redskins, and the Eagles hate the Cowboys most of all.
Oh yeah.
But with the Cowboys, everybody hates the Cowboys.
Yeah, and
Everyone
I think the
does.
same way about Philly because they're just.
But Philly doesn't have like a success.
No,
The
they don't.
Cowboys
You're
have
right.
success.
The Cowboys had a big time
Right.
success throughout their franchise history. They're one of the best franchise. I mean, listen, you want to be honest? They're the most expensive franchise in
yeah.
America.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly.
They're the Yankees.
And they haven't won
Yeah.
a thing in 21 years.
Right.
Yeah, they haven't
And
won
they're the
shit.
Yankees of the NFL.
Still the most valuable franchise in sports.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
yeah.
is. And believe it or not, the
it's
fucking,
America's team.
what's
and
weird
it's
is
just-
the Redskins are too, which is like, I don't know. I mean,
Well, that's a lot of history.
and the Giants are up there, but
Yeah.
and the Yankees, and blah blah blah. But the Dallas Cowboys is America's team. That's the one that they would. We'd send them to war.
Yeah, but they.
You know what I mean? If we had to go to war and send a team, we'd send the Dallas
but
Cowboys.
They fucking made that up. America's team. It wasn't even like.
Yeah.
Well, it's stuck.
It was just a bullshit thing.
I know.
that-
It's
yeah.
stuck. I mean, let them have their glory. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
fuck them. I let them have their shit.
What glory? They haven't
bunch
done
of-
anything in 21 years. What
I
glory?
mean, let them
Fuck
have
them.
let them rival in the fact that they're the number one.
That's fine.
Supposable.
They'll never win a Super Bowl again because I believe as long as that owner is there, ever since he got rid of Jimmy Johnson, he hasn't been able to do anything. And you don't give me that.
Yeah,
year
but
with
what's his
Barry
name won
Switzer.
with them?
Oh, yeah,
Switzer.
well, Barry
he won.
Switzer, right, but that
Yeah, he
was,
won one. He won
Those are
one.
Jimmy's players.
That
And
was a
Jerry
joke.
No, you're
Jones-
right. That was totally Jimmy's team. I mean, there's no doubt
dude,
about it.
I mean, that team.
That was still
fucking
Jimmy's team
sick.
when he was over in Miami, fucking coaching Miami, and he was pretty good on, and he made
That
Miami pretty
fucking-
good.
That fucking team was sick on both sides of the ball.
Oh
They
my
were
God,
fucking
come
nasty,
on!
dude.
Listen, I grew up with that fucking '90s team.
Yeah,
That Dallas
yeah.
team was unbelievable. Emmett Smith is one of the best fucking running
Oh,
backs of
absolutely.
all time. The guy had so much adversity being a small dude, and would just pop out of that line, and fucking nobody could catch him. His side-to-side shit.
Right.
Especially when we used to play, this is John Madden NFL. When he used to
Right.
play that, it was like the guy was even fucking amazing in that. They
Yeah,
made him
that's
like,
right. I'd line up LT on the side and I'd mash motherfuckers in my
yeah,
head
well,
back then.
I mean, listen, Troy Aikman and Irving,
Michael
Oh,
Irvin,
Michael Irvin's one of the greatest wide receivers. Now,
Yeah.
that's the guy I go to war with.
yeah.
Jay
That's the
Novacek,
guy.
Novacek was a beast, man.
Daryl Moose Johnston.
Daryl Moose Johnson was a fucking monster, too. That team won 3 Super Bowls together, correct?
Yes, 3 out of 4 years.
They won twice. They won back-to-back, right?
Against the Bills, and then they
Yeah,
and
they
then
won
against the
back-to-back,
Steelers.
and then they won against the Steelers,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember that. That was with, what's his name as the coach on that team.
Power was
Yeah, Cower, man.
What was the name of the receiver that dunked on the? It was like he was like the first people.
one dumb fuck.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He was the
Oh,
first
no.
person to dunk on the fucking field goal post.
What years was this?
This is the first Super Bowl. This is the first Cowboy Super Bowl they won. When they fucking shellacked the fucking Bills. I can't think of it. It was Michael Irvin, and it was this second guy that was fucking ridiculous too. And then he ended up not playing.
I know who you're talking
I
about.
can't remember
yeah.
the fucking guy's name, man.
Yeah, he was
But-
there for the first Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that fucking
All
team,
I gotta
and then-
say is one word: Don Beebe. That's 2 words.
Oh, that was Leon Lett.
Oh shit! We wound up getting a donation over here.
Who is it?
Holy shit, Mr. Real Talk, Mr. Real,
Oh, the Metaphor Messiah?
the Metaphor Messiah, Mr. Real Talk 74, man, with the $5 donation.
Real talk.
Great
I'm
show.
gonna tell you right now. When I come out to Vegas,
We're
whenever
fucking-
when I go to a Raiders game, because I'm gonna want to go to a fucking Raiders game. If the Giants play the Raiders, it's probably gonna be there. Fucking, I want to see you there, motherfucker. We're gonna
Yeah,
get our
man.
dick sucked side to side.
Well, oh come on, man. Oh fuck, dude. All right, guys.
I didn't say I was gonna suck
I
his
know,
dick.
I was just fucking
What do you
around.
mean?
Shout out to Real Talk. Go check him out, Mr. Real Talk Metaphor Messiah, man. We got the Saints and the Vikings. That's tomorrow at 7:10, and also another Monday nighter. You got the Chargers and the Broncos. We'll go with the Saints one first and the Vikings. What do you guys think? Monday night game, Saints Vikings.
Adrian Peterson has talked a lot of trash about his former team. He's talking about how he's used it with the Vikings for years, and he's talking and Adrian Peterson. I mean, between the child abuse thing
Yeah.
and his knee injuries over the last few years, he hasn't been the same running back. He says he is more motivated than ever. He's in great shape. and he's looking to stick it to the Vikings.
Uh-oh.
Are you looking to stick it to only the Vikings, or are you looking to stick it to
I
other
know.
teams
He's
getting
like,
scheduled?
and then I'm going to quit for the rest of the season.
I mean, please. I mean, they have no quarterback that I trust.
Yeah.
I mean, none. The Saints, I don't think they can rip this defense apart because this defense is legit.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
they have legit people on that defense. But I believe the Saints. I'm more trusting of the Saints this year than I was last year. The defense was a disaster. The Vikings don't have a quarterback. That's what it comes down to me. And I know that Adrian Peterson's going to give away state secrets and what the Vikings like to do, and the Saints are going to process all that information.
Yeah.
And I think the Saints will probably pull this one out, to be quite honest with you.
I think so, too.
Dude, how fucking beautiful is the Vikings' new fucking stadium? Holy
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, that is a nice
Dude,
fucking stadium,
can I
man.
tell you
That's
something?
futuristic, man.
I fucking hate MetLife Stadium. I fucking hate it because it is so just fucking generic. When I see these new stadiums getting built, like the one they're building for the fucking Raiders, it's like, dude, we're fucking New York, bro. We should have one of the best stadiums, and we have this fucking Venetian blind that sits in the fucking middle of the parking lot.
What is that about?
I fucking hate. And you know what sounded cool when they first built? They said, "Oh, it's gonna glow blue when the Giants, it's gonna glow green when the Jets play." If you ever there at a night game, it barely even glows.
Exactly.
It's fucking pathetic. I hate. Hey, I go back to the old Giant Stadium. I freeze my cock off and it smelled like piss. I don't give a fuck. That's where that's what I miss.
Yeah.
But the Vikings have one of the most obnoxious fucking things they do with that horn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, go
that thing is
fuck
fucking
yourself.
just, yeah.
Every first down.
And here's a little
Yeah.
trivia. The owner of the Vikings, I can't think of his name, is Ziggy Wilf, right? He is a die-hard Giants fan.
He is.
Die-hard. You can still get, he says, my Giants. Like, he'll slip and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you own the Vikings. You need to fucking relax and root for the fucking
That's
team.
crazy,
You know?
man. That's fucking nuts, man. All right, the next game we got is the Chargers and Broncos, guys. Monday night game. 10:30 game, 10:20 game.
The Chargers and the Broncos sound like two group of gay guys that are just going to fuck.
I know. We're the Chargers and y'all the Broncos. Now strip down and let's fuck. You know, like, come on.
The Chargers are going to have a fucking high-powered offense.
Yeah?
I mean, yeah, dude. They're gonna,
Yeah, they will.
Wow.
Yes, they're going to fucking have a high-powered offense. Former for fucking 10-second New York Giant. What's their fucking quarterback, the Charger? Yeah, Phillip Rivers was Giant for about 10 seconds before he was traded for Eli Manning in the 2004 draft.
What a deal.
I think the Chargers are going to fucking take a dump all over. Even, you know what? I shouldn't say that. Every time you go to Denver, it's hard to acclimate yourself to that fucking mile-high shit.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I don't think it's going to be
someone
a
who's
blowout.
been in Colorado. It's hard.
Yeah.
I tried running there. Like, I love going on runs, and I tried doing that, and I'm telling you, the inside of my stomach felt like it was being stabbed.
I didn't run there. I went there for a party, but I didn't like it. They told me that if you drink, you're gonna need less drinks to get drunk. I didn't get affected, but again, I didn't run. It wasn't I was fucking working out. I'm sure if I did that, I would be fucking dying.
Hey, shout out to, what was that, Landlord that just joined?
Oh, I didn't see. I couldn't see.
Yeah, I think it was Landlord. Shout out to him for joining the Foul
fucking
Mounts.
Landlord joined.
Subscribing to the network.
He just wants to break my balls.
What's
so I
up,
can
brother?
Pay my fucking rent, cocksucker.
All right, so I mean, all right. I mean, I pretty much agree with you guys. The Chargers, I think they're going to be really good, but I didn't know that I didn't think that they were going to be like
division game.
Yeah, they're both good teams.
And also, I mean, Trevor Siemian, do you really trust him as a quarterback, as a franchise quarterback?
No, hell no.
I mean, you really want Paxton Lynch to be that guy, but he's not that guy yet.
No, not even close.
Trevor Siemian, white guy or black guy?
White guy.
Oh, he's a white guy. Because I was going to say, that's a mildly racist last name for a black guy.
Guys, so, all right, we're going to move on to our picks of the week, guys. We're going to...
This is John Madden, and here's our picks for the week.
He's still alive, right?
He's half dead. Yeah, he's
got his bus.
He's in a bus right now. They're driving him around. He's just laying on the seat.
He's got his ducking, roasting right now.
He's like, I got my turkey duck roasting in the back here, and I'm going to go to Aces, your hardware place for heart attack tools.
I'm sorry.
Aces is the place to go when you want that 8-ball shit, and you go to the side of an Ace Hardware and just, stand there for about 15, 20 minutes, and I got Pat Summerall on 8-ball there once. He was like,
To the 20, to the 25, touchdown, John.
"Hey, Pat, listen, we're not at the game, you dumb fuck. We're buying an 8-ball." I remember Super Bowl 4 was no.
Pat Summerall
Anyway.
was a kicker for the Giants, right?
Yes, he was
Yeah.
a very good pick, kicker,
Yeah.
sniffer. My picks of the week. I'm gonna go my first three. I'll go first anyway.
All right.
Get it out there. Number one, I'm gonna take. Let me see here. I got the Packers this week for sure.
The Fudge Packers.
The Fudge Packers. But I didn't go over. We didn't go over the games. We're not really supposed to pick the same one. So if I pick a game that you guys picked, let me know.
No, that doesn't matter. You could. I mean,
Yeah. I thought
and
we
we're
were
gonna.
supposed to.
And I think we should, fucking take an inventory, write down who we picked.
Yeah,
And
we're
then
definitely
obviously
gonna do
we're
that.
gonna see what our
We're
fucking
gonna keep
records
track
are.
of the record throughout the season. Anyway, I'm taking the Packers over the Seahawks. That's one of my picks right there. I just love the Packers. They're like one of my fucking favorite teams, besides being a shitty Jet fan. And Aaron Rodgers, as you know, Filthy, I had him for years in a keeper league. I drafted the guy his first year, starting after Favre left, so I got like a little warm spot for the Packers. So I'm going to go with the Packers as my first pick. And the next one I got is, believe it or not, we're going to keep track of our underdog picks this year, too.
All right.
We got to give out special points for underdog picks.
All
You
right.
know what I mean? Like, so if you pick an underdog game, you're getting 2 points for it if you win. I would say my next pick was the Chicago Bears.
Really?
Chicago Bears.
As my,
All right.
Yeah. I just have a feeling.
All right.
in
So
that
what do you
game-
get? How many more points? You get fucking like a point, like a half a point
Well, you
extra.
get like, yeah.
So instead
Picking
of
an
getting,
underdog, you should get a little more points. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because you're putting your neck out, picking an
Right.
underdog.
Okay.
So I'm going to go
so
with the
1
Bears.
point for a win,
Yeah.
1.5 points for if it's an underdog.
Yeah.
All right.
You agree with that,
You've-
James?
All right, Ralph, that's
All
fine.
right.
All right, that's good.
You've
We'll run
heard
it
it,
like
yeah.
that the whole season, guys, and we'll see who the champion is by the end of the season, which is, I mean, not that long from now. Football's like a marathon,
It's
man. It's
listen.
just like, you know?
It's not going to be me because I could drag a fucking raccoon out of the sewer right now and he'd make better picks than me. I've been always terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty good at him. I was in a pick'em league once where you pick like 5 games a week. Me and my wife were in it. Well, I mean, it really was me.
Right.
But we did pretty freaking good, man. We wanted to pick them like 95% of the games the whole
Dude,
season.
Two seasons ago, I was in my very first suicide league, and there was like,
Love suicide leagues.
dude, I'm not even exaggerating. There was like 1,000 people in this fucking league. I made it
Jesus.
down to the final 30 motherfuckers.
Oh,
Like
shit.
it was like there was like tens of thousands on the line, and I blew it. Oh, that
Oh,
fucking
man.
hurt, dude.
Yeah,
That fucking
does
hurt.
All right, so for my third game, I'm going to take the Oakland Raiders against Tennessee Titans.
The Raiders.
Yeah. So I got the Bears, the Raiders, and the Packers this
Bears,
week.
Raiders, and Packers.
Yeah.
All right. James, what do you got?
I'm going to go with Houston against Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars, even though Tom Coughlin is now in the front office, are still a disaster. I've never in my life trusted Blake Bortles. He is horrible. He is not a quarterback.
Fucking
and he
racist.
screwed
That's what
this
you're
game
saying.
up.
Is because he's white. You fucking prick.
Deshaun Watson should be starting this game. He's unfortunately not. But Tom Savage will do enough to make sure this game is a win. Leonard Fournette will get his shit pushed in by J.J. Watt. And the boys on that line, he will get his shit pushed in, as he did when he faced Alabama for LSU. And they will take it to him all night long, daddy.
Oh, not loud.
See, you get really deep. Like, you know college and shit. I don't give a flying fuck about college football. So I think that's why I suck.
Football too.
Yeah, see, I don't get that deep, man. I only have a fucking attention span for the NFL. That's it. James goes deep because he's got a giant cock, and that's what happens.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
So the second game, I was going to do the Redskins against the Eagles, but I decided I'm really high on this Carolina game, so I'm going to pick it.
Nice.
Carolina is going to take care of business. Give me the 5.5 points. Carolina is going to take the 49ers to the woodshed. Christian McCaffrey's going to have a big game. Cam Newton's going to have some fun with this offense. The 49ers did not have one top 10 player last year. on their team. They have no quarterback whatsoever. They blackballed Colin Kaepernick, so they're going to get what they deserve. They got Jim Harbaugh on my team, the Michigan Wolverines, thank God. So see you later. You're a pathetic franchise, and you get exactly what you deserve.
Nice.
And the third game, I am picking the G-Men, my boys, the New York Giants against those Dallas Cowgirls. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. I don't care that Ezekiel Elliott's. Now, I'm glad he's playing. So now there's no excuses. Now there's no the detractors and the Cowboy fans. You haven't won anything in 21 years. You haven't done anything. All you do is lose playoff games. That's all you do. You can't even get to the NFC Championship game. You beat the Lions a few years ago because referees and briefcases were exchanged. Okay, that's the only reason why you won that game. But this year it's going to be just like last year, where Jackrabbit Janoris Jenkins is going to put Des Bryant on Rikers Island, hands behind his back. He won't be throwing up the X tonight. No, you're sentenced to 1 catch for 2 yards and a fumble. That's your fate.
Oh shit.
Jason Witten, who can't outrun a woman in the supermarket in the produce aisle, okay, is going to be covered by Landon Collins, who lays the wood, and Terrence Williams, who didn't run out of bounds last year, ain't nothing. And Dak Prescott's going to wonder, well, what am I going to do on 3rd and 8? What am I going to do when the Giant defense, is coming down my neck? Because Snacks Harrison, he's been eating a lot of snacks. Oh, yeah. He's hungry, baby.
That's why they call me Snacks.
He's coming for him tonight. So you got them, Olivier Vernon, JPP's feeling as good as he's ever felt ever since the hand injury. They're coming for Dak's head. They're going to be annihilating this dude all night. And Ben McAdoo, who I don't even like, my head coach.
Ben McAdoo.
He came out and said, listen, when there's nowhere to run, all running backs run the same. Basically putting it on the defense that Ezekiel Elliott, whether he plays or not, you're not doing nothing tonight. And you know what? For the first time ever, I agree with you, Ben McAdoo. The Dallas Cowboys are doing nothing tonight. They are not winning this game. The Giants are going to win this game just like they did when they opened the stadium and Eli Manning signed his name on the locker forevermore.
You're right.
Give me the Giants against the Cowgirls tonight, and I'll be doing the dance, that cold cut dance.
Nice. All right, Mike, what do you got?
All right, I'm picking the fucking Rams at home against the Colts. Listen, Andrew Luck is out. They're going to have to run the fucking ball.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
The fucking Rams have a sick run defense behind fucking Michael Brockers. He's going to fucking jam that shit all fucking day long. Jared Goff, what is this? It's his second season? He wasn't injured last year, I don't think, right?
He was carrying a clipboard all last season.
Oh,
yeah.
so this is his first start?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know what?
Official start, yeah.
So I think Jared Goff, I think he's going to be, when I see the real deal, I don't think he's going to be like fucking an all-time great, per se, but I think he's going to do good. I think the Colts defense sucks. I think Todd Gurley is going to have a bounce-back season, and the main reason I'm going to say that is because he's not on my fucking fantasy team this year. And whenever somebody's on my fucking fantasy team, they suck. So when I had Todd Gurley last year, he sucked. And he's not on my team this year. So I look at the fucking Rams beating the Colts at home. Second one, I'm going with the fucking steel curtain against the fucking Cleveland shitboxes. Listen, Ben Roethlisberger, he can't run like he used to, but it doesn't fucking matter because he has fucking Le'Veon Bell, who's an animal.
Yeah, he is.
Running the fucking.
Bryant is back.
What'd you say?
Martavius Bryant is back.
Yeah, dude, I forgot about that. Martavius Bryant is back. Antonio Brown is a fucking beast. The Cleveland Browns also, if you don't know, this guy Kaiser, who's going to start his first game right out the gate.
That's only. Roll?
What'd you say?
It's a roll.
Yeah. He's going to be. This is only the second time in Browns history that a rookie quarterback's going to start the first game. The first one being Brandon Weeden. We saw how that turned out. Brandon Weeden sucked. You know what I mean? And the Steelers, no matter what, their defense is always ready to fucking kill motherfuckers. I know it's in Cleveland. It doesn't matter. Cleveland sucks. Their front office sucks. Their players suck. They suck across the fucking board. I'm going with the fucking Steelers over the Browns. I don't even know what the point spread is. I don't even give a fuck. It's not going to matter. Steelers for the win. Now, I never, ever pick the fucking Giants. Ever. And this year, that's not going to change. I'm picking the fucking Cowboys. And I'm going to tell you why.
What?
I'm going to pick the Cowboys. I'm going to tell you why. Well, the first reason is that I'm trying to jinx the Cowboys because I have terrible picks. And obviously I want the Giants to win. But for real, the fucking Giants, I really am scared shitless of this offensive line.
It is bad.
I think
it's
we're going to be at the bottom of the league in the run again. You know what I mean? Eli Manning is going to have a career year in completions to fucking get us into playoffs and make any fucking noise. I think, Ezekiel Elliott, I think it's going to be emotional. He's going to be fucking revved up now that they fucking basically took away his suspension. Cowboys at home, even though the Giants own the fucking Cowboys in their house, in their fucking, $1.5 billion fucking gorgeous fucking house. I have a bad feeling about this game. I think the fucking Giants offensive line, the left tackle, Eric Flowers, who's a shit stain, and which is shocking because he comes from Miami, and usually Miami players are fucking ready to go. Not Eric Flowers. Eric Flowers is just that he's a fucking fragile little flower. He's a fucking fairy, and he can't stop anybody. And I think the Cowboys will win, but I think it'll be a fucking tight game. I think the Giants defense are fucking ridiculously insane. And if the Giants are going to win this game, it's got to be on the backs of their defense. I really have a bad... And we don't even know if fucking Odell Beckham's playing. He might not even fucking play.
Yeah, he might not even play.
If Odell
Beckham... Browns, so you're right.
Yeah, if Odell Beckham doesn't play, that's like losing... That's your best guy.
Yeah.
Even though he's a drama fuck, he's the most talented motherfucker on the field.
Warrants double teams every single time.
Right.
You have to pay attention to him.
And listen, the Giants have Brandon Marshall too now, and Sterling Shepard's going to have a fucking big year, but I really have a bad feeling about this game. And I'll take the loss. If I'm wrong and the fucking Giants win, I'll happily take this loss. Yeah. You know what I mean? Obviously, because I love shoving in the Cowboys' ass first game of the season. I work with a bunch of Cowboys fans. I don't want to go into work tomorrow and have to see their arrogant fucking faces.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But I'm picking the Cowboys. I think they're going to win. Even though they can go fuck themselves, and their fans, and their fans' families, and Jerry Jones and his ancestors, they can all go fuck themselves. All
right, we got our picks in. We're gonna do a quick segment here for the fantasy sports, and maybe we'll take a couple of phone calls if you guys want. But my fantasy sleeper player of this week is Cousins, because he's got a couple of new weapons over there. I just feel like if you drafted him this week, and you might not, you're kind of iffy on to start him if you have a couple of good players in that position, you might want to start him. I have a feeling he's gonna have a big week this week. So I'd say he's my sleeper fantasy pick for this week, Cousins. One of you guys want to take a pick at that?
What do you got, James? You got any fantasy sleepers?
I got Joe Mixon from Cincinnati. I think he's gonna have a field day today. The Ravens defense is a good defense, but I love the way Joe Mixon looked in college, and he's going to be really motivated because he was bogged down in the draft after the incident that happened, and he's really, really sorry about it. And, it doesn't take it away. He's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. But Joe Mixon is going to be ready to play, and he's going to take care of business today.
Okay, so that's a good pick right there. So. What do you got, Filthy?
This is going to go against what I just said 30 seconds ago, because I'm actually think that for the Giants to even be in this game today, Eli Manning's going to have to throw it fucking 400 fucking times.
Yeah, which they're going to do.
And I think, especially if Beckham plays, I think Sterling Shepard today is going to have a fucking ridiculous game. He's going to be, because look, if Odell Beckham plays, they got to cover him. They got to cover Brandon Marshall. I know he's not Brandon Marshall in Denver. He's not Brandon Marshall in Chicago.
No, but he's still a weapon.
He's still fucking sick.
Especially when you got Eli throwing him.
I think fucking Eli Manning's going to throw this ball a ton of times. I think it's going to be a lot of dinks and dunks.
Yeah.
But especially in PPR leagues, I think Sterling Shepard is going to go the fuck off tonight.
All right, there you go. You got some good picks right there, guys. If you heard those picks and you got those players and you're questioning whether you should start them or not, Hey, maybe take a shot and start him right now because be the sleeper of the week. We'll take a couple of phone calls, guys. If you guys want to call in, we'll take a couple of quick phone calls, and we'll wrap this bad boy up, and we'll get ready for our first week of Sunday games here in the NFL, guys. We'll open up the phone lines right now, so anybody want to call in, we'll take a quick couple of phone calls here. You could ask us anything you want. Fantasy sports. You can make a comment. You can tell us your pick. Your game of the week.
Tell us if you got your dick sucked last night.
Exactly.
Anything like that.
Anything like that at all. All right, so we'll take this first phone call over here. 716. 716, what's up? You're on the Foul Mouths Network. What's going on?
Hey, Ken, it's Vito. Vito.
What's going on, Vito? How you doing, buddy?
Not bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. I got an interesting perspective on the Jets-Buffalo game.
Okay.
Could that possibly be probably two of the two worst teams right now in the AFC?
Yeah,
it's bad.
It's pretty bad over there for both franchises.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm originally from Buffalo, and I've been seeing this shit for like 17 years now, man. It's hard to be a Bills fan.
But let me tell you something. You're some rabid motherfuckers in that.
No,
stadium.
they are.
Even
yeah.
all the
We are Bill
But it's like the Jets too. That
Right.
Jet fans are like that too. You know what I mean? We do share that with Buffalo. Listen, Buffalo's a proud franchise no matter which way you cut it. Yeah, they haven't won in a while, but I mean this team. Yeah, they lost 4 fucking Super Bowls, but they went to 4 Super Bowls.
Exactly. No one else can say that.
No one else can say that. I mean, they had some of the best players of all time. But listen, like you said at the beginning of the phone call, I don't know what to think about the team. You know what I mean? I really don't know what to think about the Jets either.
I'm sorry. Isn't it pretty obvious, though, the Jets are completely tanking this year, though?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we were saying that at the beginning of the show. It's just,
absolutely.
It's sad. It's sad.
But listen, like Mike Francis used to say, you can't tank the season, you can't. I would fucking do it. Like, especially if, like, I don't know. Listen, James, you know more than me. I don't know anything about college football. Are there any major players that are going to come out of this next draft?
Oh, there are some. There are a lot.
So, quarterback draft.
If there's it's a quarterback draft, so you have to do it.
Quarterback draft.
At this
Big
point,
time.
you have to do it. Fuck it. Just bite the bullet. Fucking tank it. Get that number 1 pick or number 2, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
If you looked at the UCLA quarterback, if you look at the USC quarterback, I mean,
Rosen.
Sam Darnold. I mean, like even the Louisville quarterback. I mean, you look around, there's some prime meat for some teams, man.
I mean, listen. Besides Vinny Testaverde, who was the last really good Jets quarterback?
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
I would say Pennington, was probably the best one
Until
since
shoulder
then,
problems, yeah.
But like, all right. So before Testaverde, and before Testaverde, after Joe Namath, Ken O'Brien.
Kenny O'Brien?
Was he? I don't even remember.
He was good. He was an all-star.
But he wasn't no fucking.
No, he wasn't anything like that special. But
I mean, Boomer wasn't what he was as a Bengal. So yeah.
Hey Vito, thanks for calling, brother. I'm gonna take the next phone call. Good luck to your Buffalo Bills this weekend, man. They're probably gonna get a W against the Jets anyway. What's going on? Next caller, you're on the Foul Mouths Network.
Hey man, big ups to this new show, man. It's really way better than ESPN. Parents really like it. Family loves the show. This new show y'all got. Big ups to y'all guys.
Thanks, bro.
I think if you
Appreciate
keep
it,
talking that deep, you're gonna give yourself a hemorrhoid. So be careful.
And just big ups to the Texans today. Got all my Texans gear. Great team. It really reminds me of when New Orleans won the Super Bowl during Katrina. So I think Houston's gonna have that same family peace get together with the J.J. Watt as the team leader. Everything's come together. So they're gonna have a great team this year.
What do you think about the Deshaun Watson thing? Do you think he should be starting?
He'll start. Give him a few games. He'll start probably week 4 or something like that. But it's the Savage is just a damn drip. He's garbage. So, Tom Savage is a drip. He's trash. So get rid of him. Get the draft pick in there. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Swims in zone. But yeah, good show, guys. Keep it up.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Let's go, Houston.
Real good impression of a guy with a low voice. Now, next caller.
516. What's going on? You're on the Foul Mouths Network.
What's up, Ken?
What's going on?
It's Matt. What's up, boys?
What's going on, bro?
What's going on?
What's on your mind?
What's up? I'm just letting you know, it's like I'm a huge football guy. I played football all my life, first year of college as well. And it's a matter of, I'm a huge Carolina Panther fan.
Okay.
I cannot wait for Christian McCaffrey. So
Yeah.
I love to see what this guy does.
I think Ken's dog agrees with you.
He's so dynamic, man. He is so dynamic. I mean, he's going to take a lot of pressure off of Cam Newton. They're not going to have to do that power formation anymore.
Oh, that's what we need.
Yeah.
Jonathan Stewart is so injury prone.
Yeah,
I know.
He is, man.
In a matter of years, what has it been? It's only been 2 years since we got to the Super Bowl. I felt like last year was just a huge letdown.
I think taking that stress off of him is going to be like fucking. You're going to see some numbers from this guy because he's capable of huge numbers. You know,
he can finally go. He can finally go back to being his free self, scrambling out of the
yeah,
pocket,
and that's what he needed to do, man. I mean, he was good either way. I mean, he's a good quarterback. He's a great quarterback. But relieving him of this pressure that he had now, giving him, like you said, a little more freedom to move around and do his thing.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be lights out. I think this team is a Super Bowl contender. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I really do.
I feel like. Yeah, I feel the Panthers and Falcons.
You can't sleep on this team.
Be up there regardless.
Yeah, you can't sleep on Cam Newton. Because he could go off. He could go off and have a fucking MVP year. You know what I mean?
Totally.
In relation to Ed
and
McCaffrey?
I wanted to run this by you guys. I don't know how you guys are in fantasy and all like that, but I had first overall pick this year, and I picked, obviously, David Johnson.
That's a good pick. You gotta go with that.
Hell yeah.
I ended up bundling him with a trade with my boy. Actually, and I got, funny enough, Antonio Brown, Kelvin Benjamin, and Kareem Hunt.
Whoa! I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a home run,
dude. Because you just filled 3 spots with 3 fucking really good players. Like,
so yeah, I gave him 1 in exchange for those 3.
Yeah, man, that's a fucking no-brainer.
You raped him.
But let me tell you something. You really can't see anybody getting rid of him. But I mean, to bring something in like that for the pick for a trade is unbelievable.
Dude,
so
if
I agree with that,
Benjamin
man.
stays healthy this year, he's going to be a fucking number one.
Yeah, he'll be a number one guy, definitely.
He stays healthy, you have 2 monsters.
Yeah, seriously, man, you should have no problem the whole fucking season. You know,
I can't.
I'm picking them to win the division, man. I think they win the division.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I don't believe in the Bucks. I especially that.
No, I don't believe in the Bucks either. I don't.
Even though I do like Winston, he's lost some weight.
Yeah, no, Winston looks good.
Didn't Atlanta lose a bunch of guys on defense as well?
Yeah, they did.
Abraham's
gone.
Jalen Collins isn't going to be able to play because he's suspended.
And Abraham, believe it or not, leaving that team is a big hurt for them. They're gonna feel that. They're gonna feel that.
Dude, doesn't it feel like he played on the Jets? I mean, because being here in New York, I grew up a Jet fan, but then I became a Panther fan. But it's like, didn't it feel like he played on this team forever ago?
He did. Yeah, it was a long time ago. But man, when he was here in New York, he was a shining star. When he was here, the dude was fucking. He was a good player. He was good on Atlanta too.
Dude. I love that team. Brandon Martin.
Yeah, that was a good team, man. That was a good team, man. Wayne Corbett was a fucking hell of a fucking wide receiver, man. Third down wide receiver.
Hofstra pride.
Yeah.
Listen, what made you a Carolina fan?
When they played the Pats in the Super Bowl.
Which was what, 04? What was that, 04?
2003.
Yeah, I was in Vegas for that Super Bowl, yeah.
I despised the Pats. So automatically I went for the Panthers, and
Yeah.
they had really cool colors, and I loved Mushin Muhammad.
Was that Jake
And
Delhomme?
Steve Smith.
That was Jake Delhomme, right? As the quarterback?
Yeah,
and they had
Delhomme, Deshaun Foster.
Deshaun Foster,
Peppers,
Julius
Peppers. You had Dan Morgan.
You had Smith. You had Smith at wide receiver still over there.
Steve Smith,
yeah, man. I mean, that team was fucking good.
Him and Mushin Muhammad made 2 of the greatest
That team was
plays.
good.
I mean, down the field in Super Bowl
Yeah.
history.
Yep. Yeah.
Without a doubt. And that Super Bowl turned me into...
Until John Casey decided to kick the ball out of bounds.
I know.
Yeah.
And then Adam Vinatieri being the clutchest kicker ever in the 2000s, but that's beyond the point.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, you guys got a great platform going on for the first week of this. Keep it
Thank
up
you, brother.
because
Thank you so much, man.
I will totally be onto this. Yeah. No
Thank
doubt,
you,
man.
brother. I appreciate that, man.
Totally.
All right, man. Good phone call, man. Peace out, brother. I hope you enjoy your day today. Hey, we got 251 on the line. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Kal-El?
Kal-El, what's going on, my man? Kal-El, he loves his New Orleans Saints. What do you think today, man? With your Saints, what do you think?
Well, they play Monday, so I don't like.
Oh yeah, that's Monday. Yeah.
Monday. That sucks.
You jump right out the gate with a Monday nighter, man. You know.
And then turn around and play the Pats next week. That's a hard start for the Saints.
That is, but I could see you guys
beating
beating them, though, man. You know?
You're at home, and that defense is so vulnerable right now.
Yeah,
if
dude.
they don't have Dante Hightower, you can do so much stuff in the middle of the field.
Yeah, man. Yep.
That's my boy right there, Hightower from Alabama. Damn,
Yep.
I hate seeing that.
Oh, yeah, you're heavy into the college football, too, right?
Yeah, Alabama would be number one for me, then Saints. So, yeah.
I feel like such less of a man that I don't know anything about college football.
College football's awesome, man. They got to really,
so awesome.
it really is awesome.
If I was to pick a team, and this is just based on like when I was young, they were sick. Like
I know who you're picking.
Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, the
I
Hurricanes.
used to love the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
But like I know nothing. I mean, I know zero.
I'm sorry, I've always been a Penn State guy, man. All my cousins went to Penn State, and I love 12-year-old boys, so it kind of works together. And in fact, oh shit, I'm sorry, did I just say that? Fuck!
That's so
And
bad.
it's about this. You need
Fuck!
to keep that up.
The show's over. No, I'm just kidding.
Touchdowns from both ends.
I'm a big time Michigan Wolverine fan, a long time Michigan Wolverine fan, man. Oh.
See,
I like the
Alabama's beating
Wolverines.
Everybody.
I like the Wolverines.
What Nick Saban does with that defense, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah,
man. It's
So that's
amazing
what-
how
It makes what
Go ahead.
Deshaun Watson did to them 2 years in a row even that more spectacular.
yeah.
2 seconds. 2 seconds. Come on. That's all right.
Dude, I gotta
But,
go to I gotta go to an LSU game. Like I gotta go to a big college game. Not that I really give a fuck, but just
It's
the
wild,
atmosphere.
dude. It was 108,000 people at a game yesterday. How the fuck is that possible?
It's a different feel at a college than a pro.
It really is, right?
And family games.
Kal-El, you've been to a million both, NFL and college, right? You've been to a lot of games, right? Both?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, college is college, NFL is the NFL, but when you go to a college game and you got over 100,000 fucking people in the stands, I mean, that's got to be like...
Yeah, there's 101 in Alabama, so it's a lot of people there.
What's the big
Yeah.
What's the big Alabama like? Because this is how stupid I am. I don't know it. Like, what's their major rivalry?
Isn't it? Yeah,
Auburn?
that's what I was going to say. Yeah, Auburn.
Yeah.
Dude, I say next year. I'm gonna call it right now. We should all pack our shit together and go to a fucking Alabama-Auburn game.
Oh my
and
god,
fucking
dude.
get wrecked out.
Hopefully I'll live.
Dude, that would be sick.
That's what I'm saying. I'll fuck. Oh yeah, you're gonna get. Oh, James will get fucking.
No, fuck
lynched
that.
over
We
dude.
protect that motherfucker.
No, I'll protect him.
I'll fucking die for a motherfucker.
But that motherfucker's gonna get crucified on a cross. in
Fuck
Alabama.
that shit. This is America, motherfucker. That dude go anywhere the fuck he wants. And fuck Tommy NC. No, I'm just kidding.
I think it's disrespectful. You say to fuck
You
me.
think it's disrespectful?
It's really fucked up.
I think you should learn how to take a fucking football.
I don't. It's not really nice. All I said was that James is gonna get pulled over. And what did I say wrong? It's totally true. The fucking guy gets pulled over every time he gets behind the fucking wheel. It's just because he's black.
Oh my
What did I
God
say
in
that's so
heaven,
wrong?
God help us all.
God and baby Jesus help us. Oh God help us. Oh God and baby Jesus help us.
Kal-El, make me a prediction of today's New Orleans game.
Tomorrow's right.
Tomorrow's New Orleans game.
Yeah. At home, we got their biggest weapon. I think we'll win by a touchdown.
All right.
That crowd will not be quiet. I'm telling you, on a Monday night, Saints crowd, they will rock the walls off.
Yeah, you're right, man. You are right about that. They are some good fans over
Monday
there.
night opening up, they're gonna make a statement. Hopefully.
Nice. All right. Well, Mr. Kal-El Bama checking in on us. Kal-El, next show, call us in and tell us what your next pick is for New Orleans. All right.
No problem.
We'll have you come in.
Have a good day, man.
All right, man. Peace
Thank you
out
so
to
much.
Kal-El. We'll take a couple more phone calls here, guys, and we'll wrap it up so we'll get ready for the games today. We got 502 on the Foul Mounts Network. What's up?
Yo, what's the word, Ken?
What's going
Real
on?
Talk, man.
What's going on? Real talk. What's going on, buddy?
Shit.
What's the deal, man? How you been?
Fucking NFL day, bro. Beginning
Oh.
of the season, man. I'm loving this. What you guys are doing, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. We're going to be here every Sunday, man, breaking it down, man, with James and Filthy and myself.
Oh, I'll be here, bro. That's great.
Nice,
great.
man.
That's fucking awesome.
This is for everybody out there who don't know, but you all should know. This is Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah. Go check him out. He's a recording artist. Just got done with his tour over in Germany, ripping it up out there. Go check him out here on YouTube. and anywhere else you can find music. I'm sure he's in there. So what have you been up to, man? What's your pick for today?
Bro, so check this out, man. I don't know, like, my team is the Bears and shit, right?
Okay.
Man? But I don't know. I'm excited because Cutler's not there anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
like a whole new day for you guys, man, over there.
It's like a whole fucking new
That's
day,
why I
man.
picked you guys today, man. I feel good about the Bears. It does feel like the evil witch is gone type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Man, Cutler did everything but wear a ski mask when he robbed your franchise.
Yeah, he did,
robbed
man.
us.
He did. Because he was not as good as that contract, you know? Definitely wasn't.
Yeah.
But
I don't know why the Dolphins fucking signed him. Like, that's
the Dolphins are just a sad fucking
They're just
franchise.
idiots.
They really are. They're just as
They're
bad as
never
the
gonna
fucking.
win.
They're bad as the Jets fucking franchise. You know?
Oh man, speaking of the Jets, man, I grew up I always liked the Jets and the Bears, and I realized I like cheap ass teams.
Yeah, me
So that's
too.
why we always get-
Me fucking too, man. I'm a fucking Jet Met Islanders fan. How do you think I fucking feel, man? All my fucking teams are fucking
That's
horrible.
a trifecta.
And I gotta live next to giant Yankee fans. Okay, do you know what that is?
man.
I gotta live next to the pinnacle of sports, you know. And I get the
Yeah.
bottom end. I'm like the bottom dweller. But anyway, I think the Bears are gonna be so much better, dude. You're gonna enjoy a good season this year. I got news for you. There's gonna be some wild shit going on over there. You know.
And for all the Giants fans out there, I don't know if you guys realize what you got in Brandon Marshall. He's not what he used to be, but he's a fucking leader. I know
he is,
So
man.
happy.
Yo,
I'm
let me-
so happy
I
the
miss
Giants
that
have him.
dude.
Dude, let me tell you, he was okay. I heard some shit about him in the locker room here with the Jets, but at the end of the day, the guy kept his fucking mouth shut, and I think it was more or less his past that followed him a little, that kind of gave some of these beat writers a little bit of a bad fucking, thought about him, that they might have put that out there without him even doing anything, to be honest, because he handled himself like a gentleman here, and he's just walking across the locker room now, which is good for him because he's comfortable, he's ready to go, and he's going to be a big fucking difference for the Giants this year. He really is.
Yeah,
You
he's
know?
a fucking
We don't have to worry about the red zone problems anymore.
Yeah.
Because now you have to account for him, and you can do so much stuff in the red zone. And Brandon Marshall's a leader. He will stand behind your quarterback. As you saw, he stood behind Jay Cutler.
He's a veteran, man.
I don't know why he did that.
Well, that's
but,
what I was just
what
gonna say. It's crazy because I think he was good on Chicago to spite having Cutler, not because of Cutler. You understand what I'm saying? And I think he made Cutler look better. And I think he's part of the reason why Cutler got that fucking contract he got.
You're right.
You know?
I think he is too.
So,
and Alshon Jeffrey. Yeah, exactly.
but you know what? Like I said before, you guys, and like you were saying, Real, you guys shed the shit over there right now, and it seems like it's going to be something that's like a brand new start, a brand new feel over there. And I see them doing big things. Listen, they're not going to win a Super Bowl, but I think they're new and improved, and they're going in the right direction, unlike the Jets.
And our rookie we picked up, Trubinsky, he's better than I thought he was. I was kind of down on him. I was like, they're going to move up, second pick, and I didn't know he looked pretty good in preseason. I know it's preseason.
Yeah.
But he looked pretty fucking good, man.
He did.
He looked pretty good.
He did in the preseason. They looked good, the Bears in the preseason. I hate judging the preseason because you can never fucking know, but they did look.
Yeah.
They looked good at that team in the preseason. I like their coaching staff and everything.
It's a matter of time until Mitchell Trubisky starts. I mean, Mike Lennon is not a guy you can rely on.
Nah, he's so up and down, man. But I'm just hoping Trubisky, maybe a miracle will happen. Trubisky becomes fucking Dan Marino and shit.
You never know, man.
Yo, real talk. How was your fucking Germany trip?
What'd you say?
How was your trip to Germany?
Oh, it was fucking crazy. We went to Germany and Prague, bro. It was fucking nuts, man.
Listen, I would be very disappointed in you if you didn't eat a fucking bushel of sauerkraut out of some random German chick's pussy.
Come on, man. What's
Seriously, I'd have sauerkraut hanging out of a bush. I'd have a bratwurst hanging out of her ass.
Dear God.
I would have fucking went on a fucking a stomping tour over there. I would have bent a chick over like an unexploded fucking armaments in the middle of a battlefield.
Jesus Christ Almighty, man.
I would have
What
fucking
the
went
fuck?
fucking balls to. Yo, I heard Prague, by the way, is the shit.
Yeah, Prague is great, right?
It was smash, man. I felt like the Incredible Hulk. It was smash time when I got there, man.
Oh, good for you, boy. Good for you.
It was fucking smash time. Bro.
That's awesome, man.
And I fucking got there. They greeted me with a platter of weed and coffee cake, bro.
Oh my God, dude.
shit.
I mean, listen, yeah, that's awesome, man. That's fucking nice,
yeah,
man.
Okay.
Yo, Real, I want to thank you for calling in, brother. I haven't heard from you in a while. It was real nice of you calling in and stopping in, checking in with us.
Bro, I'm calling in more often, bro. You know I always got love for all you guys. I fuck with you guys. I don't give a fuck what. You know what I mean? Like,
I hear that.
What's going on.
Yeah.
I fuck with, bro, all you guys.
This is the man, keeps it real. This is Mr. Real, keeping it real, man. Thank you, Real. We'll talk to you soon then, brother. All right?
All right, bro. Yeah, hit you guys up. Yeah.
All right, man. Enjoy your football today, man.
Yeah,
I'll talk to you soon,
peace
brother.
Out, guys.
All right, peace out. That's Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah. Go check him out. I also want to give a shout out to Mr. Billy Ricky and Tiffany from That Ass Podcast, and also Joe Cronin Show, and also Mr. Bailey. We did Corrupted last night. If you don't know what Corrupted is, go check it out on the Joe Cronin Patreon. And it's one of my favorite shows to do. Funny shit. Go check it out. We did an episode last night. All right, so I think we pretty much wrapped it up, and now the only thing we got to do now is watch these games, which it's going to be starting very soon. How far are we away? About a half hour away?
Yeah, just about.
About a half hour away, folks, and yeah, it should be good, man. Yeah, that's it, right, guys? What do you think?
Yeah.
Good first show?
Hell yeah.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you for having me, Ken.
Yeah,
I appreciate
man, I love
me,
James.
to do this with you.
James, thank you for coming, bro. You know, you obviously know your football. You're our friend, and you know we're affiliated and all that good shit and all that other shit, and you definitely know your sports. So it's our pleasure to have you here with us, man. James is from That Ass Podcast. Go check them out and hit them with a sub, guys. Go check out their videos. They talk about a lot of like relationship and a lot of real deal topics, you know. Not like our show. We just fuck around and just we're assholes every Saturday and Wednesday night. But thanks, guys, for everybody who's new checking us out and sub to the channel. I really appreciate it. And shout out to everybody out there for joining us. We're going to be back next week the same time with Fourth and Long. Thank you, guys. And enjoy your football today, everybody. Don't eat too much. And we'll see you guys next week where we break everything down once again. And same time, same place here on the Foul Mounts Network. James, thank you. Filthy Mouth Gamer. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out, guys. Enjoy the games.
Thank you.
I'm fucking dancing.
Touchdown, Wacom Gangnam Style!
Touchdown, South Korea!
Oh, touchdown, South Korea! Tater tot! Right?